IQRA IAS. Today we'll be discussing test number 3, which is of geography. But before we start with our discussion, I would like to mention one point, that we all read pretty much the same material, and today in the internet age, we all have equal access to it. However, you will notice that there are still gaps in our knowledge, and it is because the way we perceive things and the way our approach is. If suppose there's a question and you have the right approach to that question, it will take you closer to the right answer, right? So the aim of this video is not just to tell you the correct answers and shed away the wrong ones, but also to make an attempt to develop that right approach. Okay? So without wasting any time, let's just directly get into it. And the first question we have is, what is true about aurora? I'm sorry for the spelling mistake. Okay. I'm not very sure if you all know this name, but I'm pretty much sure that you all know about something known as northern lights, those young green and blue lights, which looks like nature's light show. And it is known with different names, like northern, in the northern lights, unko hum bolte hain aurora borealis, and the southern lights, we call them aurora australis. But what causes them? So they're the result of disturbances in the magnetosphere caused by the solar winds. See, what actually happens, that the magnetic poles present in on our Earth, the northern and the southern, both the poles, attract these solar storms. And because these solar storms are also magnetic in nature, right? Hence we see this wonderful nature's light show. Okay? So our first statement क्या है यहाँ पर? It is a multicolored light that appear in ionosphere. Correct. Second statement says that it is visible from locations in the middle and the high latitude. Correct. Third statement is it is caused by interaction of solar winds. We've just discussed this. Okay. But the fourth statement has been altered here, as we call them aurora borealis in the northern hemisphere and not in the southern hemisphere. Okay. So यहाँ पर the fourth statement becomes incorrect. Right. Therefore, answer D becomes correct. 1, 2 and 3 are the correct options, but 4 यहाँ पर interchange, alter कर दिया गया. So, statement 4 becomes incorrect. ठीक है? Moving on to the next question. Question number 2. In this question, there are features and stages of the river given, and you have to correctly match them. ठीक है? So, let me just read them. Gorges, upper river. Upper course, meander, middle course, floodplain, lower course. Okay, let me now take you to the courses of the river first of all. So a course of a river can be divided into 3, the upper course, middle and the lower course. ठीक है? Talking about the upper course, तो इस वाले upper course में the erosion dominates. I'll tell you how. So it basically starts from the source of a river in hilly areas where the river flows down the steep slope, and as a result river की velocity इस time पे maximum होती है. So as the river flows down with that high velocity, vertical erosion takes place, resulting in the formation of V-shaped valleys and the formation of gorges, right? Hence our option A becomes, the statement 1 becomes correct. Now talking about the next course, the middle course, here transportation dominates. ठीक है? इस stage में vertical erosion slowly starts to replace with the lateral erosion, forming various landforms, like for example alluvial fans बनना शुरू हो जाते हैं, meanders बनना शुरू हो जाते हैं. ठीक है? The last one, talking about the last course, the lower course, here deposition dominates. यहाँ पर deposition होना शुरू हो जाता है. इस stage तक vertical erosion has almost stopped. And since the work of the river is mainly deposition here, which means building up its bed and forming an extensive floodplain. So, all the options given in this question are correct. Hence, option D becomes the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. Question number 3. Which of the following statement is or are correct with respect to geostrophic winds? To understand this, we must know the concept behind the geostrophic winds. So, geostrophic wind, in simple words, result from the exact balance between the Coriolis force and the pressure gradient force, right? And that is why this condition is also called geostrophic equilibrium. And these winds are directed parallel to the isobars. Isobars are the lines of constant pressure at a given height. अब हम options देख लेते हैं. The first option says they blow with varying speed. Correct. They blow parallel to the isobars, which we have just discussed. So our correct answer becomes option C, that is both the statements are correct. Moving on to the next question, question number 4. Which of the following is true in the context of inversion of temperature? Okay, inversion of temperature के बारे में पूछा हुआ है. As we all know that the temperature decreases with the increase in elevation, right? जिसको हम normal lapse rate बोलते हैं. But at times, situation is reversed and the normal lapse rate is inverted, and this process is called inversion of temperature. But what are the conditions required for the inversion of temperature? Okay, let's now understand about the conditions. So a long winter night with a clear sky and still air is the ideal situation for the inversion. I repeat, a long winter night with a clear sky and still air is the ideal situation, right? But our option says a hot summer day with a clear sky, hence this option becomes incorrect. The statement 2 says the temperature inversion is unlikely to happen over the polar areas. No, this is also incorrect. Why? Because over polar areas, temperature inversion is normal throughout the year. Okay? But the statement is saying that it is unlikely to happen. Hence, option D becomes the correct answer. That is neither 1 and neither 2. ये दोनों ही गलत statements हैं. Right? Moving on to the next question. Question number 5. In the context of evolution of Earth's atmosphere, the process of degassing refers to. See, here there are two things I'd like to mention. First, you must develop that habit of identifying that one keyword present in the question and understanding the essence of the question. And second, make sure that you read the question patiently and carefully. Do not miss out on the words such as correct or incorrect. I mean to say कि correct पूछा हुआ है या incorrect पूछा हुआ है. Do not miss that एक not word करके लगा देते हैं. ऐसे words को नहीं miss करना है, right? Back to our question. So the evolution of the present atmosphere has 3 steps. ठीक है? First step is marked by the loss of primordial atmosphere. Second step में the hot interior of the earth has contributed to the evolution. And finally, in the third stage, photosynthesis has happened. ठीक है? But यहाँ पे in the 5th question, what has been asked that in the context of evolution of Earth's atmosphere, the process of degassing refers to. So the degassing is basically the outpour of hot gases from the interior of the Earth. Hence, option B becomes the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. Question number 6. Which of the following is or are correct with reference to permafrost? Okay. तो permafrost के regarding हमें कुछ statements दिए हुए हैं and we have to tell which one is correct. It is soil that has remained frozen for years or centuries under topsoil. It contains carbon-rich organic material. It is found in Alaska and Siberia. See, permafrost, as the name indicates, is a ground that continuously remains below 0 degrees Celsius for 2 or more years, right? And can be present on land or under the ocean. So our statement 1 becomes correct. Statement 2 says that it contains carbon-rich organic material. It is also correct as it stores the carbon-based remains of the plants and the animals that froze before they could decompose. All right. Statement 3 says that it is found in Alaska and Siberia. Absolutely correct, because these permanently frozen grounds are most common in the region with high mountains and in the Earth's higher latitude, right? That is near North and the South poles. Okay? Hence, option D becomes the right answer. That is all of the above. Moving on to the next question, question number 7. Consider the following. When relative humidity reaches 0%, the air is said to be at dew point. Statement 2 says when relative humidity is high, the air is moist. Okay. So to address this question, I'd like to make you understand कि humidity और dew point क्या होते हैं. See, humidity is a very simple concept. It is the percentage of amount of water present in the air. And humidity depends on the temperature of the air. How? See, if we increase the temperature of the air, the humidity decreases because the air holding capacity of the water increases, right? So our first statement becomes incorrect क्योंकि यहाँ पर it is given that when relative humidity reaches 0%, the air is said to be at dew point. ठीक है? No, because dew point पे वो एक saturation point आ जाता है where air cannot hold more water. Hence, this statement becomes incorrect. Statement 2 is correct. Hence, our answer becomes option B, that is 2 only. Next question, question number 8. Consider the following deserts: Atacama, Sonoran, Mojave, Patagonia. Which of the following codes represent the correct north to south order of these deserts on the world map? For this, let me take you to the world map only. Let me take you to the map of this. And here is the map. Yeah. So, north to south हमें arrange करना है. The first one is Mojave Desert. ठीक है? It is the it is the driest desert of North America. Second comes Sonoran. Again, is a North American desert only, which covers large part of the southwestern United States. Right? Then comes our Atacama Desert. It is in South America near the Pacific coast, and it is the driest desert of the world, as we all know. The last comes Patagonian Desert. It is present in where? Argentina. Right? So the sequence become Mojave, Sonoran, Atacama, and Patagonia. ठीक है? Hence option A becomes the correct answer. See, reading maps is really important for the exam, and I guess even generally you should read maps. And the best way to read map is to keep your atlas with you while you're reading newspaper. ठीक है? उससे अच्छा कोई तरीका नहीं हो सकता. राइट और हमेशा रखने की भी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. इनिशियली यू नीड टू रेफर टू दी एटलस, फिर धीरे धीरे आप वो दिमाग में वैसे ही याद होने लगेंगी लोकेशंस, तो इवेंचुअली यू डोंट नीड टू कीप योर एटलस विद यू, बट इनिशियली यू मस्ट कीप इट. राइट. Next question, question number 9. Which of the following is or are associated with erosional landforms of ground water? Juala, Dolin and Lapis. See, क्लास 11th की ज्योग्राफी में एक चैप्टर है कॉल्ड लैंडफॉर्म्स एंड देयर इवोल्यूशन. ठीक है? अ लॉट ऑफ फैक्चुअल थिंग्स आर गिवन इन दिस चैप्टर. सो मेक श्योर दैट यू गो थ्रू दिस चैप्टर जस्ट फ्यू डेज बिफोर योर प्रीलिम्स, ताकि आप रिटेन कर पाओ. ठीक है? हियर डी ऑप्शन इज करेक्ट. तीनों ही ये इरोजनल लैंडफॉर्म्स हैं ग्राउंड वाटर के. ठीक है? युवाला, आई विल टेल यू, इट इज व्हेन सेवरल सिंक होल्स जॉइन टुगेदर to form a valley of sinks, उसको हम युवाला कहते हैं. Dolin is basically a sinkhole. Lapis is, they are irregular grooves and ridges formed when most of the surfaces of limestone are eaten up by the solution process. तो वो होता है. So basically all the options are correct here. ठीक है? Next question, question number 10. The surface of the lake is frozen in severe winter, but the water at its bottom is still liquid because, so iska reason hai because the water reaches a maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. ठीक है? It's because water has got anomalous expansion and it starts expanding at 4 degrees Celsius. So when water freezes, it starts floating and it come up to the surface, and hence liquid cold water remains below the layer of the ice surface, right? Hence option B becomes the correct answer here. Next question is question number 11. This question is asking that meteorologists have blamed a phenomena called polar vortex for the bitter cold that has descended on much of the central and eastern United States recently. With regard to polar vortex, which of the following statement are correct? First statement, the polar vortex spin in the stratosphere. Second says it always exists at the poles and becomes strong during summer. This word summer is important here, is to be focused upon here. Statement 3 says the term vortex refers to the counterclockwise flow of air that helps keeping the cold air close to the poles. Okay. To address this question, I'd like to make you understand what polar vortex is. ठीक है? So if you remember, last year US में a record-breaking cold wave had occurred in the cities like Chicago, especially -30 से -60 degree तक temperature तक भी चला गया था. We will now understand the reason behind it. So the extreme cold has been caused by a blast of Arctic air, which in turn is a result of what is known as polar vortex event. ठीक है? So the meaning of the vortex is something which moves in a circular motion. ठीक है? And when we head towards the polar region, like for example North Pole की तरफ अगर हम हेड करते हैं, there you will find polar vortex in the upper level of the atmosphere, right? In other words, you will find the circular movement of the wind either in the upper level of the troposphere or in the stratosphere. Okay? The next thing you need to know is that the polar vortex is the region of low pressure, right? And another very crucial thing is to know about the jet streams here. See, there are two jet streams. One sits at the subtropical region and other sits at the subpolar region. Think of a subpolar jet stream as a gate that holds this cold air to the north, and if this gate weakens, the cold air can escape into the lower latitude regions, right? एंड एग्जैक्टली दिस इज हैपेंड कि जेट स्ट्रीम्स जो एक गेट की तरह एक्ट करती हैं वो वीक हो गई थी, जिससे कोल्ड एयर लोअर लैटिट्यूड मतलब कनाडा से यूएस की तरफ एस्केप कर गई थी, ठीक है. एंड दीज जेट स्ट्रीम्स आर स्ट्रॉन्गर ड्यूरिंग द विंटर, मतलब व्हेन द टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस इज ग्रेटेस्ट. बट समर्स में व्हेन द टेम्परेचर डिफरेंस बिटवीन द एयर masses इज स्मॉलर, the winds of the jet streams are weaker, and similarly polar vortex is stronger during the winter. Hence our statement 2 becomes incorrect. It becomes stronger in the summer. तो जितना अभी हमने डिस्कस किया उसके हिसाब से स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट. येस इट इज प्रेजेंट इन द स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर, ठीक है. येस द टर्म vortex refers to the counter clockwise flow of the air, but it is this summer, this word is incorrect here. Therefore option number B, that is 1 and 3, becomes the right answer. Moving on to the next question, question number 12. This question number 12 is talking about match the following. तो कुछ रीजन ऑफ फीचर दिए हुए और बाउंड्री इंटरैक्शंस दिए हुए उनके, वी हैव टू मैच देम. सैन एंड्रियास, माउंट किलिमंजारो, हिमालयस और रॉकी माउंटेन्स, ठीक है. तो इस क्वेश्चन का ऑप्शन नंबर सी इज करेक्ट. बेसिकली सैन एंड्रियास का बाउंड्री इंटरैक्शन इज ट्रांसफॉर्म बाउंड्री इंटरैक्शन, माउंट किलिमंजारो इज डाइवर्जेंट बाउंड्री इंटरैक्शन और द डाइवर्जेंट फॉल्ट, हिमालयस इज collision and Rocky Mountains is with subduction. Right, moving on to the next question. Question number 13. Question number 13 says, what are snowflake corals? Snowflake corals क्या होते हैं? तो snowflake corals is a invasive species from Hawaii and the native of tropical Western Atlantic and Caribbean. So here statement 2 becomes the correct answer, that it is an invasive species that crowds out other marine organisms, and in India it has been reported in Andaman and Nicobar, Gulf of Mannar, Gulf of Kutch और Goa में ये मिलती है, ठीक है. Moving on to the next question, question number 14. Consider the following statements. When the sun, the earth and the moon are aligned in a straight line, the phenomena is called syzygy. Correct. Statement 2 says the moon when it is at perigee is called blue moon. No, this is not correct. In fact, if in a calendar month there are 2 full moons, then the second full moon is referred as blue moon. Okay? Hence statement 2 becomes incorrect. Third statement says that the full moon when it occurs twice in a month is called supermoon. This is also incorrect, because the supermoon happens when a full moon is closest to the earth, that is at perigee, which means these two statements has been interchanged. The fourth statement says the full moon in a total lunar eclipse is called blood moon. Yes, correct. This is the correct statement. Hence option B, that is 1 and 4 is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question, question number 15. Consider the following. Statement 1, seasonal variation in the length of the day, Coriolis effect, twilight period, seasonal variation in insolation. Which of these increases as we move from equator to the poles? So seasonal variation in the length of the day, of course it increases. Coriolis effect, yes, it definitely increases. See, it is the invisible force that appears to deflect the wind, right? And it is determined by the mass of the object and the object's rate of rotation, है ना? And the main reason for the Coriolis effect is the Earth's rotation only. And I believe that you all know that there is no Coriolis effect at the equator, right? So statement 2 also becomes correct. Statement 3, twilight period. The twilight is the period of time before the sunrise and after the sunset. And why it increases? Because as we move from the equator to the poles, it actually happens on the account of the oblique path of the sun towards the pole and vertical path along the equator. Okay? So this also increases. Statement 4, seasonal variation in insolation also increases. Hence our option D becomes the correct answer. All of the above increases as we move from equator to the poles. Okay. Next question, question number 16. Which of the following is a correct statement regarding the Ice Cube Observatory that was recently in the news? First statement says it is the world's most sensitive neutrino telescope, which will help demystify the powerful pulses of radio energy generated up to billions of light years away from the Earth. Correct. Second statement says the observatory has been constructed on a lonely peak in the Western Himalayas and is the world's highest observatory. No, it has been constructed in Antarctica. So option A, only one, is the correct answer here. Moving on to the next question, question number 17. With respect to earthquake waves, consider the following statements. Statement 1, P waves are body waves while S waves are surface waves. Statement 2, S waves, unlike P waves, travel through all the layers of the earth. And statement 3 says the surface waves are more destructive than others, and we have to tell which statement is correct. Okay, so to understand P waves, we have to first look into the basics of seismic waves. All right, seismic waves are of two types basically, the body waves and the surface waves. And the body waves are the waves that can travel through the layers of the earth, and they're the fastest waves, and as a result the first wave that seismographs can record. All right, while on the other hand, जो surface waves होती हैं, they can only travel on the surface of the earth, right? And the frequency is lower than the body waves. Okay? Now these body waves can be further subcategorized into P waves and S waves, and P wave is not body wave. It's their primary wave. The P wave or the body wave, and while S wave are the surface waves. यहाँ पर P waves and S waves are the primary and the secondary waves. Hence our option B, that is 3 only, becomes the correct answer, that the surface wave are more destructive than the others. Moving on to the next question, question number 18. What is soil solarization? The soil solarization is this. It is a method of heating soil by covering it with a transparent polythene sheet during hot periods to control soil-borne diseases. Right? There's nothing to for me to make you understand in this. ठीक है, ये कुछ factual चीजें होती हैं which you can just read and memorize them. Right? Next question number 19. Consider the following. Statement 1. Each surge of tsunami in a coastal region is followed by a rapid oceanward retreat of the sea. Correct. Statement 2 says that tsunami slows down in shallow water. No. Because tsunami waves become dangerous only when they get close to the coast, right? And the height of a tsunami wave grows larger as the water becomes more and more shallow. So statement 2 becomes incorrect. Hence only 1 is the right answer of this question. Moving on to the next question, question number 20. Consider the following statement regarding Sagarwani. Sagarwani के लिए एक statement पूछा हुआ है. Statement 1 says Sagarwani is an integrated information dissemination system to communicate and help the coastal community, especially fishermen. Right. Statement 2 says it is a system that can send information in Hindi and English languages only. ये ऐसे only वाले जो word आ जाते हैं ना, just be cautious with these words. Through various platforms including radio, television, voice calling, etc. No, it is a multilingual thing, right? Statement 3 says that it aims at timely dissemination of ocean information and advisory services that includes potential fishing zones, advisory and ocean state forecast, high wave alerts and tsunami early warnings. So yes, this is correct. And potential fishing zones क्या होते हैं? These are the regions where fishes aggregate due to the abundance of food, right? So इसमें option D, that is 1 and 3 is the correct answer. Next question number 21. Which of the following cold ocean currents move from north to south in the Pacific Ocean? So there are 3 keywords in this question. पहला है cold ocean currents, ठीक है? This cold ocean current. दूसरा है this direction, north to south, and the third is Pacific Ocean, the location of the currents, ठीक है? California current, Labrador current, Oyoshio current. We have to select from these codes given. ठीक है, तो क्लास 11th की जो फंडामेंटल ऑफ फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी में देयर इज दिस चैप्टर कॉल्ड मूवमेंट ऑफ ओशन वाटर, उसके लास्ट पेज पे एक फिगर दी हुई है. यू मस्ट प्रिपेयर दैट फिगर थॉरली to prepare ocean currents. That is a really important and a beautifully, presented diagram, beautifully presented figure. वो आपको ज़रूर prepare करना है, right? Okay. So, and the answer to this question is option B, that is 1 and 3. California current and Oshio current है ये तीनों ही cold currents, but there's a catch here कि यहाँ पर Pacific Ocean पूछा गया है, and apparently Labrador current is present in the North Atlantic Ocean. Hence, this becomes the option 2 becomes incorrect, right? Next question, question number 22. Which of the with reference to physical geography, dolins and polges are, they are limestones and chalk landforms. ये हमने पहले भी discuss किया हुआ है. These are some of the factual things, nothing conceptual regarding them, right? Next question, question number 23. Consider the following statement with respect to Indian Ocean Dipole. Indian Ocean Dipole के regarding हमने will see. First statement says, it is an atmosphere ocean coupled phenomena in the tropical Indian Ocean. A positive IOD is associated with warmer eastern tropical Indian Ocean, and a negative IOD is associated with warmer western tropical Indian Ocean. ठीक है? I'll tell you that in Indian Ocean Dipole, it is basically an irregular oscillation of sea surface temperature in which the western Indian Ocean becomes alternatively warmer, which is a positive phase, and then colder, which is a negative phase than the eastern part of the ocean, right? Hence, here option B becomes the correct answer. That is 1 only, as both these statements has been altered. So it is an atmosphere ocean coupled phenomena in the tropical Indian Ocean. All right. Moving on to the next question, question number 24. And the question says, with respect to the spatial distribution of insolation of Earth's surface, which of the following statement is correct? Statement 1, the equator receives comparatively less insolation than tropics. Right, it is a correct statement. It is due to the presence of clouds there, right? The statement 2 says, at the same latitude, insolation is more over the ocean than over continents. No, it is a wrong statement, because generally, at the same latitude, the insolation is more over the continent than over the ocean, because clouds over the ocean reflect the sun rays back into the space, right? Hence, our statement 2 becomes wrong, and the answer becomes option A, that is 1 only. Moving on to the next question, question number 25. Consider the following statement. Statement 1, light year is a unit of distance. Okay, 1 light year is equal to 9.46 into 10 raised to the power 15 miles. Here option C is correct. Both the statements are correct, because 1 light year is equivalent to about 9.46 trillion kilometer, right? So hence both the statements are correct here, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 26. Consider the following statement with respect to the rocks. Statement 1, rocks to some extent determine the type of a natural vegetation. Correct. This is a right statement. Statement 2 says, igneous rock are non-crystalline and often contain fossil of animal, plants, and other microorganisms. This is a wrong statement, because it is not the igneous rock, it is rather the sedimentary rocks which are non-crystalline and often contain fossils, right? So statement 2 becomes an incorrect statement. ठीक है, इसी से हम अपने दो ऑप्शन तो एलिमिनेट कर सकते हैं, ऑप्शन B and option D. So they can't be the right answer, but say option A and option C. Let's read the third option. Let's read the third statement as well. Third statement says, limestone and coal, when metamorphized, result into the marble and graphite respectively. Yes, this is the correct statement. Hence, option C becomes the right answer. Moving on to the next question, question number 27. What is or are not true? I repeat, not true about the cloud burst. Okay? Statement 1 says that it is a manifestation of intense vortices on the small scale that generate very strong convection current. Yes, various researchers have also suggested this. ठीक है, that it is a manifestation of intense vortices on the small scale that generate very strong convection current which lift the moisture laden air with sufficient rapidity to form the cumulonimbus clouds that shed water with great strength. All right. Statement 3 says that hill areas are less prone to the cloudburst as they are cooler. So this is a wrong statement because cloudbursts do happen in the plain as well, but there's a greater probability of them occurring in the mountainous zones. So it has to do with the terrain. All right. ये तो हमने इसके occurrence के बारे में पढ़ा. If you talk about the definition of it, the cloudburst is a sudden rainfall and the precipitation or the rainfall rate is equal to or greater than 100 mm per hour. Hence option D, that is option D is a correct answer. मतलब only 3 is incorrect out of these 3 statements given above. Right? Moving on, next question. Question number 28. Question number 28 says that consider the following statements. Statement number 1, biostimulation is the addition of nutrients and oxygen to contaminated water or soil to encourage growth and activity of a bacteria that already exists. Yes, this is a correct statement as biostimulation involves the modification of the environment to stimulate the existing bacteria that is capable of bioremediation. And what is bioremediation? Bioremediation is basically a part of biotechnology that employs the use of living organisms, जैसे microbes हो गए, bacteria हो गए, है ना, in the removal of contaminants या pollutants या फिर toxins from the soil or the water or other environments, right? Statement 2 says, in bio-augmentation, microorganisms that clean up a water contaminant are added to the system. Yes, this is also correct statement. Hence, both are the correct statements. So, option number C, that is both, is the correct answer of this question. Moving on to the next question. Question number 29. A strait is a thin channel of waterway that connects two large water bodies. In this context, which of the following statement is not correct? Remember, we have to find out which of the statement is not correct. Statement 1 says, Hormuz Strait join Gulf of Oman and Persian Gulf. It is a correct statement. Statement 2 says, Bab-el-Mandeb joins Gulf of Aden and Red Sea. Correct. It is again a correct statement. Statement C says Sunda Strait joins Java Sea and Indian Ocean. Again correct. Option D is the right answer of this question as this is not the correct statement because Bering Strait जो है, it is a link, it link Arctic Ocean with Bering Sea and it separates Russia and US, right? It does not join Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean, right? So जितने भी ये straits हैं ना, you must sit and memorize them. There could be a direct probable question in your exam from here. Right, so this topic in itself is very important for you to remember. Okay, question number 30. Question number 30 is, which of the following best defines winter kill? Winter kill क्या होता है? तो winter kill is a death of fishes as photosynthesis stops due to the ice cover and respiration continues and leading to the depletion of oxygen. यही होता है winter kill. Next question, question number 31. The CarbFix project captures carbon dioxide directly from the ambient air, dissolve it in the water, and then pump it into the infection site where the carbon dioxide react with basaltic bedrock forming a solid carbonate minerals. This project is functioning in, a really big statement though. So this project is functioning in Iceland. Carbon fix project basically, see, carbon fix वही होता है that captures carbon dioxide and other acid gases in water and then inject this water into the subsurface where the gases are stored as a stable minerals, right? और ये Iceland में this project is functioning, right? Moving on to the next question. Question number 32. Question 32 talks about the two islands. The Assumption Island and the Agaliga Island are located in which of the following ocean? ये कहाँ पर situated हैं? So option C is the correct answer of this question. They're situated in Indian Ocean. See, Assumption Island is a small island in the the outer islands of the Seychelles, north of the Madagascar, if you remember the map. And if you remember, in 2018, Seychelles and India signed an agreement to build and operate a joint military facility there. So ये उसी टाइम से मतलब 2018 से ही काफ़ी न्यूज़ में है, सो इट इज़ क्वाइट इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर आवर एग्जाम. Agaliga also is an island of Mauritius, which is located again in the Indian Ocean only. So, but it is an island of Mauritius. ठीक है. Moving on to the next question. Question number 33. Consider the following. Doldrums is a region of diverging winds. No, this is an incorrect statement. I'll tell you why. Statement 2 says a subtropical high pressure belt is a region of calm and light winds. See, doldrums या फिर equatorial low pressure belts, they lies between 10 degree north and 10 degree south latitudes, okay? And this belt happens to be the zone of convergence, not the divergence. Hence, statement 1 becomes an incorrect statement. So it is a zone of convergence of trade winds from the two hemispheres. And why this belt is called doldrums? Because of the extreme calm air movement here, all right? Hence, option B becomes the correct answer. Only 2 is the correct answer, basically. Okay? Next question, question number 34. Penguins are warm-blooded animals and consequently they cannot allow their body temperature to fall, yet they survive in harsh cold climate. ठीक है? तो थिक लेयर ऑफ फैट की वजह से वो ऐसा कर पाते हैं, या ओवरलैपिंग डेंसली पैक्ड फेदर्स की वजह से वो कर पाते हैं, या स्टिफ टेल की वजह से वो कर पाते हैं. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग, विच अमंग द above given is or are adaptive mechanisms for penguins? तो all the three are correct. वो इन तीनों की वजह से ही ये adaptation वो कर पाते हैं, because of the thick layer of fat also, overlapping packed feathers also, and stiff tails also. All the options are correct. Moving on to the next question, question number 35. Shale gas is primarily found in which of the following rock system? Sedimentary rock system, metamorphic, या igneous rock system? See, this is a very easy but an important topic, because ऐसे questions में you will be covering up 4 topics from the single question, right? You'll be covering about sedimentary rocks, metamorphic, and igneous rock. You'll be reading about all of them, right? So while while solving your mocks, don't just go after the marks and answers you're getting, but make sure that you comprehensively address the question by by exhaustively reading about all the 4 options given, right? Now, coming back to our question, so shale gas formation, shale formation, which is composed mainly of clay-sized mineral grains, are most abundant in sedimentary rock. Hence, our option A becomes the correct answer. Okay? Moving on to the next question, question number 36. Question number 36 says, Chagos archipelago, sometimes seen in the news, is located in which of the following ocean? So it is located in the Indian Ocean. देखो, इसको Chagos Island भी बोलते हैं. They are the group of 7 atolls comprising of more than 60 individual tropical islands in the Indian Ocean. Again, like I mentioned before, that mapping becomes important. So make sure that you keep your atlas with you while you're reading newspaper, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 37. Consider the following statements. Statement 1. Aerial distance of India and Kenya is more than aerial distance of India and Nigeria. इस क्वेश्चन को यहाँ पर पूछने का सिर्फ एक रीज़न है, बिकॉज यूपीएससी हैज आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन एक बारी. अंडमान निकोबार से जावा सुमात्रा का कुछ तो डिस्टेंस करके कुछ पूछा था. सो पुटिंग दिस क्वेश्चन हैज़ ओनली वन रीज़न बिहाइंड दैट, so that you make sure that you keep this dimension also in your mind while you're preparing maps. ठीक है, इस वाले dimension से भी पढ़ना, distance वाले dimension से भी you must prepare the maps. ठीक है. And this is an incorrect statement, by the way. ठीक है. Statement 2 says Chagos archipelago is located in the south of Maldives. Correct. Laos is the only landlocked country among the ASEAN countries. Correct. Hence, option B, that is 2 and 3 only, becomes the correct answer. All right. Moving on to the next question, question number 38. Question number 38 says the temperature of any place situated at a sea level in the equatorial region is 25 degrees Celsius, and at the same time approximate temperature of the region 3 kilometers above will be. ठीक है, इसका answer would be 5.5 degrees Celsius, because temperature in the atmosphere decreases with the height at an average rate of 6.5 degree per kilometer. ठीक है, तो वो calculate करने के बाद it will come 5.5 degrees Celsius, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 39. Which of the following processes is or are involved in the decomposition? Decomposition के time पे कौन कौन से processes होते हैं? Fragmentation, leaching, I'm sorry for the spelling mistake, it's humification, mineralization and catabolism. So all of the above is the right answer. Decomposition के time पे ये सारे ही process होते हैं and also this is given in a sequence wise manner. पहले fragmentation होता है, फिर leaching होता है, फिर humus की formation होती है, then mineralization, and then the last step is catabolism, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 40. Consider the following statement. London smog involved the formation of ground level ozone. Statement 2 says London smog is a mixture of smoke, sulfur dioxide and fog. To this question, both the statements are correct. I'll tell you. See, sulfurous smog is also called London smog. ठीक है, क्योंकि it was first formed in London, तो हम London smog बोल देते हैं. And sulfurous smog result from the high concentration of sulfur oxide in the air. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is also correct. Hence option C becomes the correct answer of question number 40. Moving on to the next question. Question number 41. Consider the following statement. Statement 1 says basaltic rocks are denser than granitic rocks and granitic rocks are rich in silica. Alright, to address this question, I would like to take you to the page of explanation. So, question number 41, right? Okay. So igneous rock, जो granites उसका जो part है, igneous rock are formed by crystallization of magma, and you know the difference between granites and basalt is in the silica content and the rates of cooling. So a basalt is about 53% Si silica oxide, whereas granite is 73%. Hence option C becomes the correct answer for question number 41. Moving on to the next question. Question number 42. Which of the following could be one of the reasons behind the fact that the weight of an individual is greater at the poles than at the equator? Alright, this is an interesting question. So the reason behind it is the difference between centrifugal force at the equator and at the poles. See, as the distance of the poles is less than the distance of the equator from the center of the earth, the force of attraction is higher on the body at the poles than at the equator. Hence the weight of a body is greater at poles than at the equator. Hence statement C becomes the correct answer for this question. Okay? Moving on to the next question. Question number 43. Consider the following statement with respect to the Pacific Ring of Fire. To address this question, I would like to take you to the to a figure of this. So this is a Pacific Ring of Fire. It is an arc around the Pacific Ocean, as you can see, where many volcanoes and earthquakes are formed. About 3 quarters of world's dormant volcanoes and active volcanoes are here. All right. Coming back to our question. Statement 1 says the Ring of Fire is the site of convergent boundary alone which give rise to subduction zone. Correct. This is a correct statement. Statement 2 says the Himalaya lies outside the Pacific Ring of Fire. Very correct. Yes, they do lie outside the Pacific Ring of Fire. Option 3 says most of the active volcanoes on the Ring of Fire are found on the western edge of the continent. Yes, this statement is also correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer for this question. Right? Moving on to the next question. Question number 44. Consider the following statements. Plucking is the process by which glacier freezes the joint of the underlying rocks, tear out individual rock and drag them away. Correct. Plucking इसी को कहते हैं. Second statement is abrasion is a process by which glacier scratches, scraps and polishes the valley floor. Correct. तो plucking और abrasion की बहुत सही definitions दिए हुए हैं. Hence option C becomes the correct answer of this question. See, these are some of the factual points. So make sure that you just revise them just few days before your prelims. There's nothing to understand about them, right? Next question. Question number 45. Which of the following are temperate grasslands having temperate continental climate? Option 1, statement 1 says Pampas of Argentina. Yes, this is a correct one, because the climate of Pampas is generally temperate only and gradually giving way to a more subtropical climate in the north and a semi-arid climate in the western fringes, right? Second is talking about Pustas in Hungary. Yes, they also have a temperate continental climate. Third is talking about Campos of Brazils. No, no, no. They belong to tropical savanna grasslands. Hence, for this question, option A becomes the correct answer. That is Pampas of Argentina and Pustas of Hungary, right? Moving on to the next question. Question number 46. The concept of Vision Zero is fast gaining international acceptance. Which of the following areas this concept is related to? So this is related to the occupational safety and health hazard. Let me take you to the explanation of this question. Question number 46, right? So the vision of this Vision Zero is based on the principle of controlling risk, ensuring safety and health in the machines, equipments, and workplaces, and skill upgradation of the workforces. Hence, option A becomes the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. Question number 47. The term cirque, arete, and Bergschrund are related to which of the geographical phenomena? So they are related to landforms of glaciation. So basically is formed by glacial erosion, right? Arete is basically formed when two neighboring quarries run back to back, right? Bergschrund, it forms when moving glacier ice separates from the stagnant ice. Hence, option C is the correct answer. See, for these type of questions, refer NCRT. There you will find those figures also of these landforms, which eventually will help you to retain these structures. है ना? Varna though it's very difficult to retain these types of questions. Moving on to the next question, question number 48. Consider the following. कुछ ocean currents दिए हुए हैं और ये places दिए हुए हैं. ठीक है? You have to correctly match them. Humboldt, Brazil, Agulhas, Africa, and Arminger in USA. So Humboldt, Brazil, this is not correct because Humboldt is a Peru current, not a Brazilian current. Hence, this statement 1 is incorrect. Agulhas, Africa, yes, this is correct because it flows south along to the east coast of Africa only. Arminger, USA, this is again wrong because it is a North Atlantic Ocean current setting westward off the southwest coast of Iceland, not USA, right? Hence, option C, that is 2 only. Only 2 is the correct answer in this question, right? Moving on to the next question and a really important topic, El Nino. Question number 49. Which of the following is or are not one of the characteristics of El Nino? They're asking about कि कौन सा इसमें से characteristics नहीं है. All right. Okay. So let me first briefly tell you about the El Nino. So it is an abnormal weather pattern which is caused by the warming of Pacific Ocean near the equator off the coast of South America. Statement 1 says that increased surface pressure over the Indian Ocean, Australia, and Indonesia. Yes, it happens during El Nino. Option 2, statement 2 says rise in warm air near Peru. This is also correct. और इसी warm water के rise होने की वजह से flood like situations भी आ जाती हैं Peruvian coast पे. ठीक है? Statement 3 says fall in air pressure over eastern and central Pacific Ocean and Tahiti. This is also the correct statement. Statement 4 says below average sea surface temperatures across the eastern central equatorial Pacific. This is not the correct statement because this actually happens at the time of La Nina, which is opposite of El Nino. ठीक है? ये La Nina का एक characteristic है. This is not the El Nino का characteristic. Alright. So the answer for our question number 49 becomes option D. Option D ही एक incorrect statement है इसमें से, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 50. Consider the following statement. The total surface area of Earth changes because of plate tectonic. Yes, this is a correct statement. See, the Earth's lithosphere is broken into 7 major and minor tectonic plates, right? And these plates move in relation to each other, which slowly changes the location of Earth's continent and ocean, right? So this statement becomes the correct statement. Option 2 says at the present Pacific plate is getting smaller. Yes, it is getting smaller because the Atlantic Ocean is opening up and the North America and the South America are moving westward. Hence, the Pacific plate is getting smaller. So, option C becomes the right answer, that both the statements are correct in this question, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 51. Which of the following are landlocked countries in this South America? Bolivia, Paraguay, Suriname, and Uruguay. Select the correct answer using the code. For this question, let me show you the map. हाँ जी, तो लैंडलॉक कंट्रीज बेसिकली है ये बोलिविया विच इज सराउंडेड बाय ब्राज़ील, ठीक है, पैराग्वे, साउथ में इधर अर्जेंटीना और चिले एंड हियर पेरू. सो दिस इज अ लैंडलॉक कंट्री, जो कि ये बॉर्डरिंग कंट्रीज है इसके, राइट. नेक्स्ट लैंडलॉक कंट्री इज पैराग्वे, ठीक है. और जो दो और ऑप्शन दिए हुए हैं अबाउट यूरुग्वे एंड बोलिविया, दे आर नॉट द landlocked countries. Sorry, I mean not Bolivia, Suriname. Okay, because it is see this the boundary of this is touched with Atlantic Ocean, तो ये landlocked country नहीं है, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन में जो दिया हो वो है यूरुग्वे, which is present here. Again, it is bordered with South Atlantic Ocean, so it is not a landlocked country. Hence, our option for this question becomes 1 and 2 only. So Bolivia and Paraguay are the two landlocked countries in the South America, given the options. Right, next, moving on to the next question, question number 52. Which of the following statement is correct with respect to profundal zone in the lake? Okay, so profundal is a deep zone of an inland body of the freestanding water, जैसे कोई lake हो गया या pond हो गए, which is located below the range of effective light penetration. Hence, option C becomes the correct answer for this, because यहाँ पर भी it says that sunlight does not reach this zone. Hence, this becomes the correct statement. Moving on to the next question, question number 53. Consider the following statement regarding the rock system of South Asia. See, the rock system of India is divided into many parts. Like, for example, Archean rock system है, Dharwar rock system है, Vindhyan, Dravidian, बहुत सारे rock systems हमारे पास, etc., etc. The first statement says that diamond-bearing region from which Panna and Golconda diamonds have been mined are a part of Dharwar system. No, they are not a part of the Dharwar system. They are rather the part of Vindhyan rock system. Hence, statement A becomes incorrect. Statement 2 says that the Mount Everest is composed of upper carboniferous limestones. Yes, this is a correct statement, and here the carboniferous means the coal bearing. Option 3, statement 3 says Vindhya system is the oldest metamorphized rocks. This is again incorrect, because it is not Vindhya system, it is the Dharwar system which is the oldest one. Now let me tell you something about the Dharwar system. The Dharwar rock system are the oldest metamorphic rocks of India, and they are formed due to the metamorphosis of sediments formed out of the Archean rocks. और इनको हम धारवाड़ बोलते इसीलिए हैं क्योंकि they are first studied in Dharwar region of Karnataka, right? Hence, option B becomes the correct answer. That is, only 2 is the right statement in this question. Else, apart from option 2, both the statements are incorrect, right? Moving on to the next question. Question number 54. Assertion or reasoning का question है. Assertion says the argon gas in atmosphere neither help nor hinder life on earth. Yes, correct. इसका रीजन दिया हुआ है that argon is not a chemically active gas. So for this, statement A is correct कि assertion और reasoning दोनों ही सही है, and this reason is also correct. ये assertion के लिए एकदम सही reason दिया हुआ है. So yes, argon is a noble gas that is chemically inert. Moving on to the next question, question number 55. Sitwe port, which was in news recently, is located in which of the following rivers? So it is located in Kaladan river, And Sitwe port is a port constructed by India in 2016, if you remember, at Sitwe, which is the capital of Rakhine state in Myanmar, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 56. Recently, NASA discovered several exoplanets. So exoplanets क्या होते हैं? Exoplanets are nothing, just they're basically the planets which orbit a star outside the solar system, right? Question number 57. Consider the following statement. Statement 1 says, in places where the coasts are extremely mountainous, the continental shelves are generally very wide. No, this is not so. This is an incorrect statement. Statement 2 says that the continental shelves are richest fishing grounds in the world. Yes, they are the richest fishing grounds in the world. See, continental shelves, as we all know, are shallower in relation to the deep sea, right? And this enables the sunlight to penetrate through water. Thus, with this, with the sunlight, marine flora grows abundantly there. Hence, they become good fishing ground. All right. So the statement 2 is correct. Statement 3 talks about the Sargasso Sea represents doldrums. No. This is an incorrect statement because doldrum lies between 10 degree north to 10 degree south latitude, and Sargasso Sea is located in North Atlantic Ocean. So this becomes an incorrect statement. So the answer for this question would be option B, that only the second statement is the correct statement here, right? Talking about, moving on to the next question, question number 58. Consider the following statement with respect to the black carbon. Black carbon क्या होता है और इसके regarding हमें कुछ statements दिए हुए हैं. The statement 1 says it is the product of forest fire, man-made global warming, volcanic eruptions, etc. Yes, this is a correct statement, and it will lead to decline in sea level. No, nothing like that happens. Only one is right here, and this black carbon appear black because it reflects very light, very little light in the visible part of the spectrum, which will then albedo near zero, right? इसीलिए वो black carbon हम बोलते हैं. Hence, for this question, option 1 becomes the correct answer. That is, only one is correct. ठीक है. Moving on to the next question, question number 59. All right. So, which among the following country is or are landlocked? And the options are Rwanda, North Korea, Iraq, and Djibouti. Correct. Select the correct answer. There's no conceptual thing for me to make you understand in this. You just open your atlas and see the location. The answer for this question would be option number B, that is only one, right? Question number 60. Consider the following statement. And the statement 1 says, if the Earth did not have atmosphere, its average surface temperature would be lower than what it is now. Yes, this is a correct statement. Statement 2 says greenhouse effect of the atmosphere would be absent if the Earth did not have atmosphere. This is also a correct statement. For this question, option C would be the right answer, because if the Earth's atmosphere was absent, then the greenhouse effect of the atmosphere would not have been there, right? Hence, the temperature of the Earth must have been lower. Correct? So option C becomes the right answer for this question. That is, both the statements are correct. Moving on to the next question, question number 61. Consider the following statements. Statement 1 says that the sunspot are dark region on the sun's outer surface where temperature drops some 1400 degrees Celsius lower than the surrounding areas. Yes, this is a correct statement. Statement 2 says the period with weak sunspot activity, that is lesser number of sunspots, correlate with a period of cold on the earth. Yes, this statement is also correct. और इस process को हम sunspot minima भी बोलते हैं. So hence option C becomes the correct answer for question number 61. Moving on to the next question, question number 62. Consider the following. First says enhanced deposition, stream terraces, neck points, entrenched meanders. Which of the following features are associated with rivers rejuvenation? So for this, see, the river rejuvenation can lead to a number of changes in the landscape. All right, this include the formation of waterfalls, rapids ban jate hain, river terraces ban jate hain, neck points, meanders, etc. But enhanced deposition is not a feature of this. Hence, if we eliminate the first option, we are only left with option 2, 3, and 4. That is, D would be the correct answer for this question. Okay, moving on to the next question, question number 63. Consider the following statement. The Yeah, consider the following statement. The molten rock material or magma that rises into the crust or the surface of the earth is termed as volcano. No, it is not termed as volcano. It is termed as lava. Hence, we eliminate option 1. तो मतलब B or D तो cancel out हो गया. We are only left with option A and C. Let's read the next statements. Statement 2 says volcano with a greatly enlarged depression and collapsed form of crater with steep wall is called caldera. Yes, this is a correct statement. ठीक है. Option 3 statement 3 says caldera is a result of violent eruption accompanied by the subsidence of much of volcano into the magma beneath. Yes, this is also the correct statement. So matlab second or third are the correct statement. Hence our answer become option number C. That is 2 and 3 are the correct statements. Right. Moving on to the next question. Question number 64. Consider the following: Curie point, Van Allen radiation belts, aurora. Which of the above directly or indirectly relate to magnetism or geomagnetism? To address this question, let me again take you to the explanation page and to address question number 64. All right. So the Curie point, it is also known as Curie temperature, temperature at which certain magnetic material undergo a sharp change in the magnetic properties, right? Van Allen radiation belt is a zone of energetic charged particles, most of which originate from the solar winds that are captured by and held around a planet by that planet's magnetic field, right? And aurora, we have dealt with this in detail in question number 1, if you remember. Initially aurora ke baare mein question, then we've dealt with this there only, right? So the answer to this question becomes option D, that is all of the above is correct. Moving on to the next question, question number 65. Consider the following statement. Statement 1 says birds can be seen to fly in the eye of a tropical cyclone. Yes, they can be seen. Statement 2 says birds are not able to leave the eye of a tropical cyclone. This is also a correct statement. So इस question के लिए option C becomes the correct answer. Let me again take you to the explanation page where it says that the birds, they're effectively trapped or entrenched at the center of a hurricane and will follow it until the outer spiraling wind is weakened. ठीक है, वो जब तक बाहर नहीं निकल पाएंगे तब तक that spiraling becomes weaker. Right? Moving on to the next question. Question number 66. Which of the following statement is correct about oil zapper? Oil zapper के बारे में statement देखनी है. So it is a eco-friendly technology for the remediation of oil spills. Right? So it is basically a new technique of using bacteria to get rid of the oil spills. Hence, our option D becomes the correct answer for this question. Moving on to the next question. Question number 67. Consider the following. The proportion of different salt remain constant in all the oceans. Okay. Statement 2 says, with high salinity, the swimmers feel much difficulty in the swimming. This is an incorrect statement because it is much easier to swim in the salt water than in the fresh water because of the water density, of course, right? So, दो को हम cancel out कर सकते हैं. If we cancel out 2, we are only left with option A. If we cancel out 2, तो यहाँ से option 2 हट जाएगा. Right? So option C, B or D तो तीनों ही गलत हो जाएंगे. Hence we are only left with option A. So option A is the correct answer here. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following statement is correct about the temperature inversion? Temperature inversion के बारे में पूछा हुआ है. Though we have dealt with this topic earlier as well in our questions only. But again, so statement 1 says the inversion takes place in hills and mountains due to air drainage. Yes, it does. This is the correct statement. The ground surface inversion takes place in a calm atmospheric condition. Again, this is the correct statement. So answer C, option C, that both the statements are correct is the right answer for this question. Actually, temperature inversion is the reversal of normal behavior of the temperature in the troposphere, right? In which a layer of cool air at the surface is overlain by the layer of warmer air, right? And details, though I I've told you that we've already discussed in above questions. So option C will be the right answer for question number 68. Next question, question number 69. National Disaster Risk Index is prepared by, so it is prepared by Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of Arts and Sciences. Hence, option C becomes option. I'm sorry, it's not Ministry of Arts and Sciences. It is United Nations Development Program. So the answer for this question is C. That is 1 and 2. It is developed by Ministry of Home Affairs and United Nations Development Program, and it is basically aimed at assessing the average risk of death per country in large and medium scale disasters. Moving on to the next question, question number 70. So this question: only with the help of manures and fertilizers, laterite soil are used for cultivation. What could be the main reason or reasons for unsuitability of laterite soil in agriculture? Statement 1 says nutrients of soils are leached away due to heavy rainfall. Yes, this is a correct statement. Rainfall की वजह से leach away हो जाते हैं nutrients. ठीक है. Statement 2 says humus content of soil is removed fast by bacteria due to high temperature. Again, the statement is correct regarding laterite soil. Hence our answer become option C. That is, both the statements are correct. Moving on to the next question, question number 71. Magnetars often seen in news refers to statement 1, neutron stars with ultra strong magnetic field, superconducting electromagnet used in Large Hadron Collider, magnetic leviation used for bullet trains, rare earth magnet developed by BARC. So here option 1 becomes the correct answer, that neutron stars with ultra strong magnetic field are called magnetars, right? Moving on to the next question, question number 72. Again, a map-based question. We have to arrange these islands from north to south, और इसके लिए we will refer to the map right now. Okay, so let me take you to the map of this question. Question number 72. Yeah, so as you can see, first is Seychelles, Comoros, ठीक है, and then this Mauritius reunion, ठीक है, नीचे ये Madagascar भी दिया हुआ है, ठीक है, ये हमने पहले वाले questions में deal किया था, Agalega Islands, it is situated here, right? So this is the sequence. Getting back to our question, so yeah, so for this question, option number B, that is Seychelles, फिर Comoros, फिर Mauritius, and then Reunion Island become the right answer, become the correct order. Correct. Question number 73. In the context of climate change, the phenomena of Arctic amplification is related to. Arctic amplification क्या होता है? So Arctic amplification is basically an enhanced sensitivity of high latitudes to global warming. Actually, over past 30 years, the Arctic has warmed at roughly twice the rate as the entire globe, and this is called Arctic amplification, right? Hence option B becomes the correct answer for question number 73. Moving on to the next question, question number 74. Again, a question from ocean currents only. So with the reference to effect of ocean current, consider the following statement. Statement 1 says that the presence of cold current is unfit for the formation of tropical cyclones. So yes, this is the correct statement. Cold current is unfit. It is actually unfit because 27 degrees Celsius तो हमें वैसे ही चाहिए होता है for the formation of tropical cyclone. So this is the correct statement. Statement 2 says that the region where warm and cold current meet is not suitable for navigation. Very correct. It is actually not suitable क्योंकि बहुत ही foggy सा misty सा climate हो जाता है when both of the current meets. So it is not suitable for the. It is not very much favorable for the navigation actually. Statement 3 says that the cold current contributes to formation of hot desert on the western side of the continents. This is also a correct statement. Hence, option D becomes the correct answer for question number 74. All right, moving to the next question, question number 75. Consider the following statements. At the equator, meridians separated by 1 degree of longitude are about 111 kilometers apart. Yes, they are 111 kilometers apart. Second statement, at 60 degree north or 60 degree south latitude, meridians separated by 1 degree of longitude are about 56 kilometers apart. Yes, again, so both the statements are correct. Hence, our answer for this question became C. Both statements are Correct. Moving on to the next question, question number 76. Which among the following pair are correctly matched? यहाँ पर कुछ एटमॉस्फेरिक लेयर्स दी हुई हैं और उनके टेम्परेचर में चेंजेस दिए हुए हैं. यू हैव टू करेक्टली मैच देम. ट्रोपोस्फेयर में टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज होता है. दे आर सेइंग मीजोस्फेयर में डिक्रीज, स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर डिक्रीज, थर्मोस्फेयर इंक्रीज. ओके, सो आई टेल यू, एक्चुअली ट्रोपोस्फेयर में इट डज नॉट इंक्रीज, इट डिक्रीजेस. ठीक है. Mesosphere, yes, it decreases, so it is correct. Stratosphere में it increases, so it is not correct. Thermosphere में it increases, so it is correct. So ideally option B, that is 2 and 4 are only correctly described, and troposphere and stratosphere is incorrectly mentioned here, right? See, different temperature gradient create different layers within the atmosphere, and the troposphere is heated from the ground, all right? So the temperature decreases with altitude, and in stratosphere temperature increases with altitude. Okay? See, these processes are beautifully explained in the Fundamental of Physical Geography, that class 11th book. You thoroughly read that book. That's like Bible Gita for geography. So do read that book thoroughly. Okay. Okay, next question, question number 77. Which of the following denotes a river cut cliff or steep slope on the outside of meander? So it is called bluff. So it is a type of broad and rounded cliff jaisa sa hota hai. Okay. Question number 78. Consider the following trenches: Puerto Rico Trench, South Sandwich Trench, and Karmadek Trench, Tonga Trench. ये कुछ trenches दिए हुए हैं और इनकी location हमने बतानी है, whether they're located in the which of the following is located in the Atlantic Ocean. So only option B here, that is 1 and 2 are located in the Atlantic Ocean. Actually, Puerto Rico Trench separates the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. ठीक है. Karmadek जो है the third one, it is located in the South Pacific Ocean. Okay, so this becomes the incorrect statement. Tonga Trench, again, it is located in the Southwest Pacific Ocean. Again, an incorrect statement. Okay, so or your South Sandwich is located in the Atlantic only. So 1 and 2 are the correct statement for this. Okay. Moving on to the next question, question number 79. Which of the following is the reservoir with the largest amount of fresh water? See, वैसे तो the largest reservoir of the fresh water on the earth is a glacier only, and in the polar ice. But here we have to choose among the options available. तो options के हिसाब से groundwater is the right answer for this question. ठीक है? Question number 80. Which of the following factors have influenced the evolution of the drainage pattern? किन सब ने drainage pattern को influence किया है? Option 1 is geological time period, topography, amount of water flow, slope, periodicity of the water flow. So for this question, all of the above is the right answer. All have affected the evolution of the drainage pattern. See, a drainage pattern is created by a stream erosion over time that reveals characteristics of a kind of rock and geological structure in a landscape region drained by the stream. In simple words, drainage pattern क्या होता है? In simple words, ये एक pattern होता है which is formed by the streams, rivers, etc. in a particular drainage basin. ठीक है? और अगर influence की बात करें तो I've already told you that all these factors influence the evolution of a drainage pattern. Hence, option D becomes the correct answer for this. Right? Next question, question number 81. All right, which of the following region is known as the third pole of the earth? So of course this is a very easy question. You all must be knowing the answer of this. 81 question A is the right answer. Himalayan, Hindu Kush mountain range and Tibetan plateau. और ये इसको हम क्यों कहते हैं? Because its ice field contain the largest reserve of the fresh water outside the polar region. ठीक है? Hence this is called third pole of the earth. Next question, question number 82. Which among the following factors have influenced the movement of ocean currents? Ocean currents again is an important topic, इसलिए हम काफ़ी सारे questions भी देख चुके हैं. Again, a question from ocean current. तो planetary winds, the temperature, salinity, Earth's rotation, and land. So let me tell you, D is the correct answer for this. All are the factors which influence the movement of the ocean current. So we've read about ocean currents in previous questions as well. एंड द फैक्टर्स, टॉकिंग अबाउट द फैक्टर्स, तो ये सारे फैक्टर्स हैं जो कि मूवमेंट्स को इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं, राइट. मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्वेश्चन नंबर 83. Despite a large vertical pressure gradient force, we do not experience strong upward wind. What could be the possible reason for this? तो इसका एक ही reason है that the vertical pressure gradient is generally balanced by nearly equal but in opposite gravitational force, क्योंकि gravitational force उसको balance out कर लेता है, and that is why we do not experience a strong upward winds. Right, moving on to the next question, question number 84. Which of the following forms of precipitation are observed in the tropical regions of the world? Convergent rainfall, orographic rainfall, and convection rainfall. Select the correct answer using the code below. For this question, option number C, that is all of the above is the correct answer. To know about them in brief, कन्वर्जेंट रेनफॉल क्या होता है कि इस टाइप के रेनफॉल में दिस टाइप ऑफ रेनफॉल occurs when two different air masses meet with significantly different characteristics, right? Orographic rainfall में when the saturated air mass comes across a mountain, it is forced to rise and it is called orographic rainfall. Convection rainfall में, here what happens, the air on getting heated becomes light and it rises in convection current. Alright, so all the options are correct for this question. Moving on to the next question, question number 85. With reference to sea and land breezes, which of the following statement are correct? Statement 1 says that they are generated by the diurnal variation of pressure between sea and the land. Correct. Option 2 says sea breezes is a cool wind at night which blows from sea towards the land. No, this is an incorrect statement because breeze occur most often in the spring and the summer months. ठीक है, तो ये उस टाइम पे होती हैं because of the greater temperature difference between the ocean and the nearby land, particularly in the afternoon when the land is at maximum heating from the sun, right? Statement 3 says that the effect of these breezes is felt deep inland in the tropical region than in the temperate latitude. It is a correct statement. So for question number 85, option 1 and 3 are correct. Hence, option C becomes the right answer. Moving on to the next question, question number 86. The conditions favorable for the formation and intensification of a tropical cyclone are. ट्रॉपिकल साइक्लोन्स के लिए कंडीशंस क्या क्या होती हैं वो पूछा हुआ है. कंडीशन 1 इज लार्ज सी सर्फेस विद टेम्परेचर हायर देन 27 डिग्री सेल्सियस इज रिक्वायर्ड. यस, यही टेम्परेचर चाहिए होता है. सेकेंड इज प्रेजेंस ऑफ कोरियोलिस फोर्स इज मस्ट. ऑफ कोर्स वन ओवर स्पाइरलिंग कैसे होगा. थर्ड स्टेटमेंट, मिनिमम वेरिएशन इन अ वर्टिकल विंड स्पीड. डेफिनेटली दिस इज रिक्वायर्ड क्योंकि अगर ऐसा नहीं होगा तो क्लाउड फॉर्मेशन विल नॉट अकर ना. Fourth statement says low level cyclonic circulation is required. Yes, this is also a correct statement. And apart from this, ITCZ should also be present. So option D becomes the correct answer for this question. Moving on to the next question. So question number 87. If a tropical rainforest is removed, it does not regenerate quickly as compared to the tropical deciduous forest. और ऐसा क्यों होता है? तो ऐसा इसलिए होता है बिकॉज द सॉयल ऑफ रेन फॉरेस्ट इज डेफिशिएंट इन न्यूट्रिएंट. और ऐसा क्यों है? बिकॉज दिस हैपन्स बिकॉज द वार्म ह्यूमिड कंडीशंस प्रेजेंट देयर एनकरेज द फास्टर डीके एंड द रीसाइक्लिंग ऑफ द न्यूट्रिएंट्स बैक इनटू द लिविंग फॉरेस्ट और बैक इनटू द प्लांट्स ओनली. तो वो सॉयल में वो जा ही नहीं पाते हैं वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स. दे डायरेक्टली गेट बैक इनटू द लिविंग फॉरेस्ट और द लिविंग प्लांट्स ओनली, राइट? Hence option A becomes the correct answer for question number 87. Moving on to the next question, question number 88. Which of the following is correct regarding the asteroid mining? Asteroid mining क्या होती है? तो it is nothing but just an exploitation of raw material from the asteroid. ठीक है? तो yeah, hence option A is correct for this answer. These two statements, that is the resource potential of an asteroid can be analyzed through a light reflected from the asteroid surface, is not a correct statement. Again, India recently became the first country to successfully mine platinum from the asteroid belt, is again not a correct statement. Hence only statement 1 is correct. Question number 89. Question number 89, consider the following pair, intermontane या intermediate plateau, volcanic plateau और Piedmont plateau के बारे में तीन ये statements दिए हुए हैं. But all the options are incorrectly matched here. Hence, the answer for our question becomes D, that is none of the above, because volcanic eruption में volcanic plateau is the Kimberley Plateau, which is situated in Australia. Piedmont Plateau, which is a Maryland, जो कि USA में present है. See, Piedmont is a plateau region located in the eastern US and it is situated between Atlantic coastal plain and Appalachian mountains, right? Hence, all the options, मतलब जितने भी ये matches दिए हुए हैं, all of them are incorrect, right? Hence, D is the correct answer for this question. Moving on to the next question, question number 90. Consider the following statements. During summer, in northern hemisphere, isotherm on the land surface move towards north with respect to oceanic surface. Correct. They move towards north only. Statement 2 says, during winter in northern hemisphere, the isotherm on oceanic surface move towards the north with respect to the land surface. This is also a correct statement. Hence, option C becomes the right answer for question number 90. Again, NCERT becomes crucial for this. This topic is very beautifully, very well explained there, right? So, do refer NCERT. Question number 91. Which of the following phenomena are observed during an ice age? Ice age के time पे क्या होता है? Rise in sea level? No, it doesn't happen. Formation of new inland lakes? Yes. Compression of Earth's crust? Yes. So statement 2 and 3 are correct. Hence, option B is the right answer for this question. Ice age के बारे में अगर थोड़ा जाने तो ice age is a long period of reduction in the temperature of the Earth's surface and atmosphere, resulting in the expansion of the continental and polar ice sheets, right? So B is the correct answer for this question. Moving on to the next question, question number 92. When dry ice is exposed to air at room temperature, it begins to change to vapor. This phenomena is known as, this is a very easy question and a self-explanatory question. This phenomena is called as sublimation, right? See, you will find some very easy questions in your final exam also, but just make sure that you are calm enough to fill them correctly. ठीक है, वरना थोड़ा जल्दबाजी में easy questions भी गलत हो जाते हैं, right? Question number 93. Human activities in recent past have caused the increased concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but a lot of it does not remain in the lower atmosphere. Why? इसका reason हमें देखना है. इसका reason, the first statement is because it escapes into the outer stratosphere. No, this is not the reason. Second statement says the photosynthesis by the phytoplankton in the ocean. Yes, this is the correct statement. ठीक है, and they also act as a ocean sink. ठीक है, I'll explain this. But before that, statement 3 says the trapping of air in the polar ice caps. This is not the correct statement. तो इसके लिए जो हमारा आंसर है is B, that is 2 only, क्योंकि वो सिंक की तरह भी एक तरीके से काम करते हैं, which absorbs the carbon dioxide along with the photosynthesis by the phytoplanktons in the ocean. Hence, option 2 is the correct answer for this question. Next question, we have question number 94. Consider the following statements. All the elements of weather is concentrated equally in all layers of the atmosphere. No, this cannot be correct. Every layer has different significance and a different role to play, right? So this is an incorrect statement. Statement 2 says that variable water content of the atmosphere is different in different parts, led to great contrast in weather and climate over different parts of the world. Yes, it led to different weather and different climate over different parts of the world. Statement 3 says that in stratosphere there is no marked seasonal temperature changes. This is again an incorrect statement, because this does not happen in stratosphere, rather it happens in troposphere, that there is no marked seasonal temperature change. Hence, option B is the correct answer for this statement. That is only statement 2 is correct, right? Next one, we have question number 95. Again, an assertion or reasoning का question है. Assertion says during the Himalayan orogeny, the antecedent river beds went lower and lower. Yes, it happened. And the reason for this, that the lowering of mean sea level is one of the causes of river rejuvenation. This is an correct statement, though it is not a right reason for this assertion. Hence, our option B becomes the correct answer for this question. Ki statements dono sahi hai, but R does not explain this assertion, right? Next one, we have question number 96, and in which of the latitudinal belts the salinity in the world ocean is generally highest? So it is highest in the subtropical region. Where it is highest? It is highest in subtropical region. Hence, option B becomes the correct answer for this question. Moving on to the next question, question number 97. Consider the following statements. Tectonic plateaus are formed when molten lava from the Earth's crust spread over the surface to form successive sheets of basaltic lava. Okay, this is a correct statement. Statement 2 says that when plateaus are enclosed by fold mountains, they're known as intermountain plateau. Yes, this is again a correct statement. See, the word intermountain only means that between the mountains, right? And the plateau of Tibet is a fine example of this because it is surrounded by the Himalayas, Karakoram, etc., right? Option 3 says that many of the plateau have rich mineral resources. Of course, this is very correct. So option D becomes the correct answer for question number 97, that all the statements are correct. Question number 98. Which of the following countries share the border with Persian Gulf? Persian Gulf के साथ कौन सी ये countries border share करती हैं? So Iran, Iraq, Saudi, Kuwait and Oman. Again, mapping is important, and make sure that you prepare the boundaries and the borders of the important countries very well. जो भी news में especially दी हुई हैं, तो उनके boundaries एक बारी make sure that you know all the boundaries and the water bodies surrounded them, right, which are present there. So for this Persian Gulf को ये सारी ही border share करती हैं, Iran, Iraq, Saudi, Kuwait, Oman. So option D becomes the right answer for this. Second last question for our day is with reference to Green New Deal, consider the following statement. Okay. Statement 1, the Green New Deal is a set of proposed economic stimulus program that aims to address climate changes and economic inequality. Yes, it does. The program is an initiative of European Union. This is an incorrect statement because this program is not an initiative of EU. This is an initiative of UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Program. Hence, the right answer for this question is option A. That is only statement 1 is the correct one. All right. The last question for our day is consider the following pairs. Again, एक match the following का question है. तो कुछ फिशिंग बैंक्स और ओशन करंट्स दिए हुए हैं, हमें पेयर अप करने हैं, राइट? सो ग्रैंड फिशिंग बैंक, लेब्राडोर करंट इन गल्फ स्ट्रीम, यस दिस इज मैच्ड करेक्टली. डॉजर बैंक, कुरोशो एंड ओयशिया, ये गलत दिया हुआ है बिकॉज दिस इज इन नॉर्थ सी नियर द नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न कोस्ट ऑफ इंग्लैंड, सो दिस इज इनकरेक्ट. थर्ड इज ग्रेट फिशर बैंक जो कि नॉर्थ अटलांटिक ड्रिफ्ट के वहाँ है, सो येस दिस इज ऑल्सो अ करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. हेंस accordingly C is the right answer कि 1 or 3 are correctly matched. ये वाला गलत matched है, right? So with this we come to an end of our paper discussion. I hope it was helpful to you, and now my gajar halwa is waiting for me, so I must go. Have a wonderful time. Thank you so much.